Hello, I'm Lucas Horrocks and welcome to part 1 of my Scythia campaign on Rome Total War. It's relatively self-explanatory, this one. We are literally just going to try and conquer as much land as possible with Scythia, at the very least take Rome, but I'd like to expand across Europe to some extent as well. And it's going to be pretty simple. I chose Scythia because the faction I feel like gets neglected sometimes. It doesn't really get as much coverage as the other factions, and I feel it's a very interesting faction, and also it's very cavalry based, which will be difficult for me considering I like playing sort of more infantry style of play, so it's sort of going to force me to adopt new tactics that maybe I haven't used before. But anyway, I'm going to not mess around at all. I'm going to get in straight into the campaign. There's going to be a short video that's just a generic rebel video because Scythia is not a traditionally playable game. You have to unlock some data files or something to get it. And yep, we shall start in a second.
Before my grandfather's grandfather was born, this was our land. These are good places. Our gods live here, in the trees and rivers. They watch over us. We are happy. We hunt. We love. We have families, homes, a good life. But sometimes we must fight. The Romans disturb the gods. They burn the forests. They take what is ours, wives, children, land. And the Romans talk of how they will help us and protect us. They put us to sleep with golden promises. When we wake, all we had is gone, stolen. They take our sons and turn them into little Romans. Ah! So we fight to keep what is ours. What must stay ours. There can be no peace. No peace with Romans, men of stone and iron and lies. There can be only war.
Okay, so this is the starting position for the Scythians, and as you can see, I'm not going to go along too much about it. If you want to see that, have a look at the faction guide I made in Scythia. But long story short, there's a huge area of land that we cover, so that's difficult in terms of moving troops around, because for example, I want to focus on a war against the Thracians very quickly, try and get their 2 settlements and then the Dacians, but a lot of our army is all the way up here. So to get an army up from Campus Alani all the way down to the Thracian lands is going to take ages, but it's something we'll have to deal with. Now I know for a fact that the Parthians are here. They have 1 settlement over here, and then we are bordered by Thrace and Dacia over here as well, and technically the Armenians over here, but to be honest I don't think they'll be too much of a threat because they're going to be focusing on the Middle Eastern factions, so we don't have to worry about them too much, and I don't think we have to worry about the Parthians too much as well. They shouldn't bother us. Really, hopefully not. We'll get this diplomat over to talk to them, so he can head in this kind of direction. But yeah, I will cut out most of the moving the troops around because it's not hugely interesting. But the main thing we need to do is get over to Campus Getae. I don't know if that's how you say it. I think it is Campus Getae very quickly, because yeah, Thrace only have 2 settlements, so to take out one of their 2 settlements at the beginning would make them very weak at the start. So this spy, now I don't want to put him in Campus Getae just because, well, we'll leave him out here for a second, just have a look around. I don't need to die basically, but yeah, what I'll focus on first is moving the troops from over here down to Thrace, and on the way some troops can go and take Chersonesos, a rebel settlement over here bordering the Black Sea, which would be nice as well. Nice easy settlement to get, and then yeah, as I said, we can focus on these settlements and then probably go down south, but we'll work that out in a second. So I'll get the economy sorted out and move the troops around, and I'll be back to you when it's done. Just something very quickly, I was looking at the units, and it's fascinating to see that an archer warband's upkeep is 170 denarii per turn, yet the Scythian horse archers, so it's horses as well, is only 110. So what I'll probably do to save money is disband the archer warband, because they're just costing too much, and I want to focus on the cavalry more. I feel like the Scythian horse archers are better than the archer warband, so I might as well get rid of these guys to make some more money in the economy so we can buy more horse archers, which is going to be the bread and butter of our armies essentially. Right, so I've moved the troops around. Long story short, I've moved these guys who are heading towards Chersonesos The lads over here are heading down. They're not going to go to Chersonesos. They're going to go straight onto the Thracian campaign because it's not priority taking the settlement. And these guys, I disbanded them, so they don't currently have an army, but peasants are being recruited just to keep the garrison happy. Literally nobody's going to attack the settlement. Like, who is there to attack? There's no one, so it's fine. Now, as for Campus Getae, I've got a spy in there, which is good. And there's a 24% chance that he will open the gates. Now, a stupid error I made is I shouldn't have got rid of all of the archers because I did need some to carry rams. The cavalry can't carry rams up to the gate. So if we besiege the settlement now, which we're going to, like so. Wait, first of all, just step up here. There are some... No, okay, there aren't any infantry available to carry the ram as mercenaries. So we're going to attack Campus Getae. Yep, we are declaring war on Thrace very early on. And no, he has not managed to open the gates, which is fine. So we need to build a ram. We only need one ram, but yeah, we can't quite afford Thracians. And to be honest, I don't know really if they would be good, but 800 denarii just for something that can carry a ram is not worth it. Instead, Campus Scythia will cancel you having the Scythian horse archers and instead get some peasants in. Now, in terms of construction, I was going to construct some roads, but maybe we could construct some... We could get axemen, for example, if we have a meeting hall, which would be better than using peasants to carry the ram. Just one unit that can hit through some stuff. Attack of 11, defense of 9, good morale. I do quite like the axemen, so that's a possibility. And more Scythian horse archers, of course. What else could we get? Stables, that's some better cavalry, but not really that good. And an archer warband. I think possibly a meeting hall would be nice, but we can't afford it anyway, so we might as well get some roads in. That seems like a logical starting point. So I think this is all we can do this turn. I don't think there's anything else, because everyone's moved around, so let's see what happens. Probably very little, because we can't see anything, basically. Okay, suitable husband. It's 43, no, I'm not bothered about that. Okay, end of turn report, we have some money, which is good. Construction and recruitment. We are going to attack Campus Scythia, but we need to bring these peasants over first, just so they can carry the ram. Like so. We could afford some Thracians, but not worth it. I think, yeah, so inside Campus Getae there is a general, one folksman, one militia hoplite, and one peasant peltast. So nothing too bad. We can skirmish around the hoplites easily. The peltasts, I keep saying peasants, the peltasts can be just slammed into by the general, that's fine. The folksmen are going to be a little bit tricky, but we have good archers. It's the faction there that's probably going to be the main issue, but we should be fine. Yeah, all these guys are going to continue moving, so I don't need to do anything with them. And the diplomat, I don't know if he's quite found the Parthians yet. We're technically in Parthian territory, but no, he hasn't managed to find them, so just walk over there. So yeah, we're going to attack Campus Getae and hopefully claim our first Thracian settlement. So it reckons the balance of power is relatively even. It's 1 to 1, yeah. We have more men. They supposedly have the better men, I suppose. But I think we'll be fine. We have better command and all that. I reckon we'll do a good job. Scythians don't do the best inside cities because they sort of use a lot of cavalry, and cavalry isn't the best in cities, but we should be okay, I think. Alright, relatively simple then. We've just got a lot of cavalry and some peasants, so the peasants can go up to the wall and break it down, and then they don't do anything else because they're useless actually in battle, and then these guys can just chill and hit some arrows or whatever. It'll be fine. Start the battle. And yeah, they've all congregated at the front, but they'll probably start moving back. So he's going to head towards the walls. These 3 Scythians head here, and they can start firing if they can. And then the general can just sit at the back for a minute. And yeah, I'll come back to you once it's done. Alright, so we managed to get a few of the peltasts down. You can see that pile of dead bodies there. So the Scythians can fire over these small palisades, which is good. And we cause a little bit of havoc. It's nice. It's good. These guys are running up and down the street. The horses have backed off to the plaza, and I think the militia hoplites will soon. But we've certainly inflicted some losses. Let's have a look at the percentages. Look at that, 22%. We haven't even broken the wall down. I'd say it's a pretty good start. Alright, the wall is down, and the hoplites are depleted. To be honest, I'm going to sit here and keep hitting the hoplites until...
work with the battering ram.
Well, you know, until they decide they're going to run away. For example, the peltasts have just come back. There's only 16 of them now. So the peasants can get right out of the way. They're not needed. Just head over here. Oh, they should be running. And yeah, the hoplites, I'm not sure if they're being hit. They are. They're going down, and the peltasts are as well. So the Thracians have played this very poorly, to be honest. They've just sat and got fired upon when really they should have retreated to the plaza. All the narrow streets where it's harder to skirmish around them. Where have they gone? So the hoplites all the way over there. The peltasts down to 3. The Scythian horse archers are great. Gotta love them. Gotta love the Scythians. Okay, so the peltasts are down. These guys are firing upon the hoplites, which is good. We'll speed it up a little bit because it's literally just them running up and down, and being fired upon. Rather odd tactics there, but they're going down very quickly. They're down to 11. I mean, we've basically taken down their whole army, apart from the general, isn't it? What units do they have? They had a peltast, they had a hoplite. Oh no, there's still Falksmen somewhere. So there's still some Falksmen, and there's still the general. But look at that. I mean, there's nothing. Right, so now something else is charging forward. The general's bodyguard. Just let them. Why do we go through the walls when we literally have the advantage up here? And we can hopefully knock some of the general down. So you three, yeah, focus on the general. And he is retreating down the plaza. But we could get a good few hits on him. He was at 37, he's still at 37. Okay, he's got better armour. That's fine. Okay, stop firing at will. You're just wasting your arrows at this point because, oh, he's dead anyway. I'm wondering if our general could just take him down, but... So he lost 2. I think it's now time to get into the city, to be honest. So the general's coming through. The Scythians, horse archers, could just go here for a second. But yeah, the general will want to get him first.
Our warriors have taken the walls.
Okay, so we have breached the city, which is nice. And everyone is funneling through the gate. So they have been... 60% of them have gone, and we haven't taken a single loss yet, which is great. So we're doing this really efficiently. But this next bit might not be as efficient because it's in the narrow city streets. 35 of their bodyguards shouldn't be able to stand up to 45 of ours. And then Falksmen, they're not that strong. Let's get the horse archers over in this direction as well. I mean, potentially, if we can get a good charge on their bodyguard, I'll go for it. Let's see if we can. Because we've got more cavalry. Ah, no, their general's coming. Okay, run around here. Try and beat them around this. Oh, flip. Okay. Not ideal. Whoa, let's pause it for a second. These guys need to now fire at will. And they need to fire the bodyguard. You kind of need to get out of there. Unless you... Let's see how it's going. 35 to 45. Okay, they're going down quicker than us. Probably because of the arrow fire. We've taken 1 loss. I think we've taken a couple of friendly fire hits, to be honest. Okay, we're both going down relatively quickly. I don't want to lose... Although this guy's old, I don't want to lose him. And I don't particularly want to lose his bodyguard. So, move out. You know, there's no point. Okay, the Falksmen have now come... No, I told you to move out. Get away from him. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, we're taking a few losses. Right, pause. Pause. Oh, damn it. I didn't click it. Okay. The Falksmen have now come over. So, you need to all focus on the Falksmen. As for the general, I mean, he's old. It doesn't matter if he dies too much, but rather him not. So he needs to run out of there, really. There's 30 of him, 22. So the gap has been breached to only 8 difference. There was a 10 difference not long ago. Yeah. So, don't know how the Scythians are doing. We've lost a couple of them. We don't want them to get into a melee fight. But let's move the general around here, because if their general is near to our Scythians, then we can sort of like bait him out. Also, their plaza is pretty much completely undefended, which is interesting. But anyway. That's it. Come on, round the corner. Okay, somebody's dead. Oh, flip. Okay. Oh, right. That is extremely unlucky. They managed to get a hit on our general, even though he had 30 bodyguard. Well, how did they... What? So there's 29 bodyguard here. How did one of their spears hit one of our guys from there? He must have been lagging so far behind us because he's an old man. Okay, well, you know what? As the bodyguard's going to go now anyway, because they haven't got anyone to protect, they're going to disappear from the battlefield. We might as well do a death or glory charge into these guys. Damn, I can't believe that. 21. Okay, they're now retreating. Well, they're not properly retreating, but they are to a certain extent. How are the Scythian horse archers doing? Okay, they've... Right, we need to storm the plaza now. Because, yeah, the Falksmen have gone. Look at that, though. The power of Scythian horse archers. When... You know something's odd when the Scythian horse archers are doing a better job than the general. It's just... They've decimated the Falksmen, which is great. Get onto the plaza, lads. Take it as your own. Or, in fact, the general's going to come around the corner in a second, so you might as well fire upon him. Some of these are starting to run out of arrows, but we should have enough to take down the general. We'll speed up a little bit. So, yeah, all onto the general now. Come on, where are you? Yeah, we're literally just firing over a building, baiting them down the street, and then backing off. We'll slow it down a little bit. Yeah, he's down to 10. He's taking a lot of arrows. You know, a couple of our lads are dying from friendly fire, and it's... Yeah, you know what? Let's end the battle. Might as well. We've got enough kills. So, clear victory, 20 losses. The general dying was extremely unfortunate, but he was old. Someone will replace him very, very quickly, so it's not too bad. Okay, so the faction leader is killed. Yeah, sadly, we know that. And what do we want to do with Campus Getae? Looking at the happiness, they are unhappy. Just massacre them. It's early stages, so they didn't have much of a population anyway. Alright, so everyone's going to be moving over. There's not really a lot to do with them. Because, yeah, everyone's just moving over to Thrace. So, we now need to find Tylis, which is the second Thracian settlement. So, a spy can go down south and try and find Tylis somewhere. And Thracians have an army, yeah, it's a small army, but it's a skirmishing army, which kind of combats our... Well, it doesn't combat, but it neutralises our army because we're a skirmishing army as well. So, we kind of need to bypass these guys, but there is a river. Don't know what it is, but there's a river. And... yeah, that's a problem because it means we're going to have to intercept him at that point. But we could just build a port and a ship and just sail around, possibly. What kind of army could we muster? 3 Scythians. That's... So what have they got? They've got 2 peltasts and some militia cavalry. And we've got 3... And I don't know what that is. Something. Not a general, that's all I know. I think we could probably take them with 3 Scythian archers, to be honest. But I do need a port. That takes 2 turns to construct anyway. We might as well head south, I reckon. So these 3 men head south towards Tylis. Okay, he's going to have to intercept that guy, but these guys can just go here first. So to get over there, you have to travel... No, wait, what? You can't... There must be a crossing point. Yeah, you can cross. You can cross at that point there. And then go... You don't have to go all the way around there, surely. That would be ridiculous. I don't think you do have to. That would be mad. But yeah, we'll make it to Tylis. But as for the moment, we have 2,500 gold. So we might as well spend it. So I'll work out what to spend it on, and then we'll end the turn. Okay, so first of all, I built roads everywhere. Now it's important that we build land clearance. Get the farming money up. That'll boost the economy. By the end of next turn, we'll have 6,000 denarii already. So we're earning a lot of money, which is good. Very, very good indeed. And we can also raise the tax rates in some places. Thrace, is that how you pronounce this area? Can have a tax raise up to, yeah, why not, very high. You know, we don't need a massive population over here. These settlements are rather irrelevant, to be honest. Campus of the Sarmatians can can go up to a normal tax rate. So we're getting a fair amount of money in early on, which is nice. I like having a good treasury available to me. It's like so, and we will end the turn. Alright, so our various armies are moving around to their intended position, which is good. And Thracian diplomat speaking to us. Become protectorate. Accept that your illusory independence is at an end. A future as a client kingdom under our protection is your destiny. We've literally just taken one of their 2 settlements off them. We have now 5 settlements, and they have 1. And they want us to become their protectorate. That is very interesting, Thrace, but absolutely not happening. That's a joke, to be honest. So yeah, and we have been attacked, which is not surprising, but it's not too bad. So it does reckon we're at a massive disadvantage. There is a general. Okay, I thought there wasn't a general, but apparently not. Okay, they've added some people, I think, possibly. But anyway, 2 peltasts, some hoplites, and some militia cavalry. I think we could probably take it on. Yeah, let's go for it. I reckon we've got, I think 3 Scythians could probably defeat these guys. If not, we'll just back off, it's fine. Okay, so in terms of deployment, well, we have 3 sets of Scythian horse archers. There's not really much of a formation going on. Basically, all I need is to be in skirmish mode, running, and fire at will. I can't even see the Thracians, they're over there somewhere. We'll let them come to us. You know, just lower their stamina a little bit. Bear in mind, we have the advantage in terms of stamina. So, the militia cavalry are going to be a bit of a problem. First of all, I want you two to focus on the militia cavalry. You don't worry about the militia cavalry. Instead, the peltas aren't an issue, really. The general's bodyguard you can have a focus on. What I've got to make sure is none of them get into a melee combat. They've got to fight missile attack because they're not good in the melee. If I see one of them charging, I've got to stop them from doing so. The militia cavalry are alright, but they don't have the range we do, so we have the advantage in that respect, which is nice. They're trying to fire a few javelins over and they will get a few kills. These guys have very poor defense because they basically have no armor. They are literally shirtless in the snow in the middle of some Eastern European mountain range. Incredible, really. The militia cavalry seem really interested in taking these guys down, so you might as well focus on the militia cavalry. Instead, oh, pause it please. Instead, you two focus on the general's bodyguard. Is probably the most important thing really to focus on. Peltas won't do too much damage. The hoplites will do damage if they're touched, but we're not going to go anywhere near them in the melee combat. So yeah, you two focus on the general's bodyguard. As for you, as long as you don't get into a melee fight, you'll be fine. Although they are a bit stuck. Oh, flipping hell. What did I just... Okay, they routed. Fine. Right, don't worry about them anymore. Actually, no, let's get them down. They're annoying. So yeah, you chase them down. Good, good. Now, as for you lot, yeah, they got a bit cornered there and then they went into a melee combat, but thankfully they're missile cavalry as well and they're useless in the melee, so it's not too bad. Yeah, focus on getting the general down. As for you, you're chasing the routing militia cavalry. You should be anyway. The general's down to under 20 men, which is nice as well. And the peltas have a shorter range than the Scythians, which is good, meaning that we get more attacks in than them. You are... I don't know... Yeah, okay, they're over there. They've recovered, I think, but we should be taking them down relatively easy. It's a shame these guys got isolated by these lads, but I suppose we got them out of the game as well, so it's all good. Where's the general gone? That's the peltas. The general's down to 15. Speed up a little bit, because honestly not a huge amount's happening. It's just us firing upon a general who is now down to 11. He's going down slowly, but he is going down, which is good. And the balance of power is relatively even now. We've barely got any hits. 0%. The Scythian horse archers are pretty OP, especially this early level. Make sure the peltas don't get too many hits in though. Okay, where's the general's bodyguard? Because the peltas are starting to annoy me now, and I'm trying to find... Okay, there's the general's bodyguard, down to 10 men. Well, these guys are doing a good job, just going back and forward, skirmishing like they do. Some of them took a few hits in there. As for these guys, just get the militia cavalry down, lads, come on. Down to 14, because we still need to have enough arrows to get the peltas down and the hoplite, which is the next most important thing. The general's down to 10 still. Right, I want one of the units, like you, to focus on the hoplites, and I want you to focus on the general. The general who's walking away, because and the peltas are getting in the way, really. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, you, come on, just quickly. Round here. Do as I say. That's pretty sure that's not the way I told you to go. I want him to get nearer to the general. Bruh, look, I'm telling you to go this way. Do as you're told. What are you doing? Okay, it's because they're on skirmish mode. Fair enough. I just realised it's because they're on skirmish mode. You seriously need to get these hoplites down, and you still haven't got these militia cavalry down. Come on. How long does it take? Speed up a little bit more. Some of these guys need to run out of their arrows, and these guys are being fired heavily upon. What is going on? They got too close to some peltas, possibly? Goodness sake. Okay, we're starting to take a few knocks now, just because of pure stupidity, really. The general has still got 7 men. Somehow he's still alive. Yeah, these hoplites are still plentiful, 63 of them. Honestly, at this point, just attack these militia hoplites. Like, just these guys need to get in the game. They're completely isolated over here, right in the corner of the map. Get on the hoplites, lads. Get off skirmish mode for a second. Just get off. Can they not get off? Yeah, get off skirmish mode and do as you're told, which is get the militia hoplites. They're not going to get that many hits in. Right, now you can skirmish. But still go for the hoplites. Yeah, sometimes if you want them to go in a direction, you have to tell them to not skirmish. Sorry, because right, the militia hoplites are down by quite a lot, which is good. I don't think their general's down because I didn't see an animation of him dying. But at least look, at least we're getting the hoplites down. They're annoying, the hoplites. They're only militia hoplites. They're not that good, but we're doing an okay job. Right, some unit is fleeing. That's the general's bodyguard. You should have really tried to get him, but it's too late now. There's only one of them left. You get on the peltas. Right, are you out of arrows? You nearly are. Get into these peltas. No, not into hoplites. Oh, God, you stupid bastards. Oh, you absolute... Oh, I take that back. They actually routed the hoplites. What? Scythians routed hoplites. Oh, flip. Okay. Fair enough. Now into the peltas. You. Into these guys. You. Into these guys. Okay. Right. These guys did a good job. I mean, it's a miracle. It's literally just because the hoplites were down to basically nothing that they routed. You need to just get on these peltas here now. Yeah, that's the reason. Right, the militia cavalry is back, annoyingly. Get out of here, come on, you should have killed them like 10 times by now. As for you, get on these... Yeah, you get on the militia cavalry as well. But yeah, I mean, we have won this. We have won this, most certainly. The general's gone, these guys are down to nothing, basically. These peltas are going to get chased down by these Scythians. They're running away. It's all going good. So I'll speed it up, because there's not a lot more going on. Slightly annoying, these guys tried to sacrifice themselves to the Scythian gods by literally just going straight into a phalanx. But anyway, we're going to clear out these hoplites, and that should be all, because these guys are routing. Yep, victory, end the battle. We're not going to get any more than down. So it's a heroic victory, apparently, which is interesting. And yeah, we got 300 kills and they got 20. And this clears the path to Tylis, which is great. This was the only army in the way to the walls of Tylis, so great stuff. Right, so that was all for that turn. The end of turn report shows we've made a bit of money, and diplomatic information, everyone's at war with Greece. Okay. Next up, we need to get the spy to find Tylis. I think it's somewhere around here. There we go. It's there. So I'm not gonna tell him to go into city, in fact, because he's probably gonna die. There's only a 31% chance of success. 2 generals, 2 militia cavalry, but one of them's down to 10, and 1 unit of peltas. Hopefully that's a depleted unit from the last battle. It probably isn't. It's a shame that this guy has survived because he's recovered some of his bodyguard, but that's what happened. A little bit battered, these guys, I'm not gonna lie. Slightly battered. Also, we have no generals in the area, so... And Campus City is completely ungarrisoned. Oh, flip. Okay, we need to get some elites and peasants in here. Like so. Right. Yeah, I don't think we're quite strong enough. We at least can put Tylis under siege. We haven't even got anything to hold the ram anyway, so... Yeah, we need to get you down to Tylis. And to be honest, I would like to recruit something like at least some barbarian cavalry, and also some peasants. So that situation, these guys should all be moving down to their intended place. These are the guys that are going to attack Chersonesos. So yeah, head down in this direction. As for you, you're joining the armies of Thrace, or the armies that are fighting Thrace, so you head over in this direction. Now, there are some settlements over here, rebel settlements, which would be quite easy to get. So I would like to start making an army that could go and attack these guys, because there's nice easy settlements to get, but I'd like this army going down south, because we're going to need the support. And we're going to be taking on Dacia soon as well. But if we could start building an army in Campus City, that would be nice. So you can recruit some horse archers, like 2 maybe. Start mobilising an army to come over, and when these guys take Chersonesos, they can start heading over and taking these rebel settlements as well. So it should be quite good. Other than that, not a lot more we can do, because we can't attack the city, because we haven't got access to it. So I'll advance the turn and we'll see what happens. Right, so the diplomats found Parthia, which is good. And, oh, they've sallied forth. Interesting. So, we're going to have another heroic victory. But, I reckon we could probably do it, to be honest. Let's have a look. So, sort of using similar tactics, this could benefit us quite well. I'm surprised they sallied forth, because we have the advantage in the open field, as I've discussed before. So for them to sally forth and then fight outside the walls of their city is a peculiar decision. But anyway, Bizas, he's got 33 of his own men. He's backed up by 13 of his assistant, whatever, lieutenant, whatever. 2 militia cavalry, that's annoying, that 54 unit. The Peltas aren't too much. I reckon we should be able to take them. Yeah, let's give it a go. Right, so we'll just, well, actually we don't need to pause it, honestly. There's not a lot of formation tactics going on at the moment. They're going to start pouring through the gates. Now, the targets, the Peltas aren't a target, really. Like, they aren't a major target. In fact, don't fire at will. I'll tell you who to fire on, please. Yeah, so Peltas aren't an issue. That's fine. They're backing off. I don't know what they're doing. This militia cavalry is only 10 of them. It's not that much of an issue. I'd quite like to get their general's bodyguard down, to be honest. So, you... Well, is the general bodyguard actually going to come out of the city, or... Nah. Okay, yeah. Really, I'd like you to head round here. Start firing on their general. That's the first target. You fire on their general. You fire on their general. Don't worry about the Peltas, just skirmish around them. And the militia cavalry. And we'll just speed that up, because there's a lot of skirmishing back and forth. But hopefully their generals go down. 10 men. It's backing off. We're using some arrows. These guys are already routing. Oh, that's the general's bodyguard. Right. Although it's good, they're routing to... that means that it's going to be hard to actually get him. And these Peltas are getting in the way. Okay. One of you guys... Let's just pause it for a second. You need to stop skirmishing. And do what I say. Get around here. Ah, he's going to get into the city before we can reach him, isn't he? Round here, round here, round here. Not into these guys, not into these guys. Although they're only Peltas, to be fair. We should be able to take them down. Right. Lads, nah, you stupid, stupid boys. Well, that's 1 unit down. And our strongest unit, I think. How did Peltas... Bruh, okay. I didn't even tell them to charge into them. Like, what is going on? Why are you being chased? There's 10 of them and 44 of you. Absolute mugs. Alright. You try and get the general down, please. Just do something good for once. I know that is all because I took him off skirmish mode, but he still shouldn't have just charged into some peasants. Get on the general's bodyguard. That is annoying. We might not be able to win this now because these guys they went down quickly. Peltas are stronger in the melee, even though they're not really that good melee troops anyway. Come on, how many of the there's 6 general bodyguards? Get the general down. As for you, surely they've not got these militia cavalry down. Right, off skirmish mode, attack them. Surely the militia cavalry can't stand up to this. 38 of ours, 10 of them. How are we going down that quickly? These guys really aren't good at fighting. Okay, we have got them down at least. Finally. Right, we're not going to win this, I don't think, because we lost a unit. But we can get a lot of their army down, which is good. These guys are taking some serious hits from the Peltas. You need to come over here and attack the general. Now that's the other general. Right, you skirmish around this general. Yeah, that unit's gone completely. We'll never see them again. Good riddance. You stupid, all of you. Okay. Over here, Right, these guys have routed. Okay, we're not going to win this. We're not going to win this. I reckon we could have stood a chance, but for the stupidity of one unit. It's all right if we can just get some troops down. I want to take Tylis before they start mobilising it properly. I really want to take Tylis this episode, in all honesty. Right, the militia cavalry are going down quickly. We're not going down as quickly, which is good, but we're now being chased by like everything. Right, pause. What are you being chased by? Exactly. You're being chased by 4 militia cavalry. You can take them down. Not having that. These guys need to actually be taken down. I'm going to walk away and assume they won that. They better have. The general's bodyguard's doing an alright job chasing us. These guys should be fighting the militia cavalry. And they've routed. Good. Now get over here. You're just being chased around the map. Wow. This is the joy of playing as Scythia. You literally just get chased around every corner of the map. But the general's bodyguard is still only at 33. Still at 33. I don't even think he's lost any men. Yep, shame that one unit of Peltas decimated the unit of Scythians. We've still done a decent job. We've still killed 35% of them. And our troops are replaceable. A lot of their troops aren't. And they're not going to replace us easily. We've got a lot of settlements to... Oh my goodness, these guys are literally been chased around every corner of the map. What is going on? We've taken one of them down for all that hard work. Oh, I'm done. Alright. As for you, in the other corner, look how long it takes to get to this side of the map. You're firing upon the militia cavalry and doing a good job. Come on, just get into them now. Come on, there's only one of them. One? Surely there's more than... Oh, he's literally standing next to his dead friends. Okay, now he's down. We can get a few more Thracians dead yet. And where exactly are they? Over there. Don't know what they are. Probably the Peltas. Get these guys down, please. And you do need to skirmish. Right, you know what? I'll skip it a little bit because I doubt a lot's going to happen in the next 5 minutes or so. Oh, that was a pretty cool view. Sorry, that was a nice view of the city that you don't get to see very often. All right, these guys have run out of arrows, but oh, they're going to do a death of glory charge and kill them. Yes. Right now, pause. We can still take this city yet because they've got basically nothing. I swear, it's just the general. Get into the plaza. If these guys can take the plaza, and then the other lads can distract the general, we might have this. But they need to get into the plaza quick before the general comes back. This might actually just work. Because these guys are literally just chase the general off to the corner of the universe. You kill the general. Surely 27 of you can just kill the general and his bodyguard. Please. Please, they're taking a lot of losses. Oh my god, there's one of them left against 22. This guy's a tank. To be fair to him, what a tank he is. He's been stabbed about 50 times. Look at him. He doesn't care. Oh my, he just... I mean, please. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Look at him. Okay, he's finally dead. Flipping hell. Right, the plaza's now ours, which is excellent news. And look how far their general is. Their only other unit is all the way over here. It's a strong unit, but he's about to become a rebel general in a second, I think, because we will take their city. Ah, there is a unit over here, though. Didn't spot that. Who are they? Who is this unit over here? If it's a strong unit and they get to the plaza within the next 2 minutes 30 seconds, then yeah, we haven't won this battle. In fact, we haven't really won. It's just we will have taken the city. These guys are going to try and get back in the city. They're routing. There's a couple of them. Well, it's just a matter of these Peltas can get back in time. But to be honest, we might be able to take them out if they're routing as well. You lads are still fighting the general. I mean, they must be tired, those horses. They literally have travelled miles and miles. They're still down to 21 men. You can probably be on fire at will at this point. That would be reasonable. But yeah, I'll skip it a bit forward. And then let's just pray that we manage to keep the plaza for the next 1 minute 30 seconds. Yep, we're going to do this in the weirdest twist we are going to actually do this. We're going to take the city. I mean, we've lost way more, well, not way more men, but a way larger percentage of men. Yes, we shall end the battle. It's a clear victory. I would doubt that, to be honest. But there we go. Look at that. I'd say it's a heroic victory. We managed to take Tylis. And we sort of hustled the Thracians out of Tylis. It was really, really weird. But Thrace is no more. Tylis can be exterminated because I don't like them. And I don't want some 44-year-old man marrying an 8-year-old or something. It's creepy as hell. Alright, you talk to the Parthians, please. And I would like map information map information is reasonable. And trade rights is reasonable. That's a reasonable first start. Fair enough. Now you could probably head down to the Middle East and talk to some Arabs or whatever, I don't know. Armenians. Get some trade deals going on. As for you, everyone's just moving around. It's all good. So yeah, I think that's going to be the end of the episode because we have managed to conquer the Thracians. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we knew they were at war. Various constructions going on. Oh, a town expander. I didn't see it. Don't know which one it was now. Faction destroyed as Thrace, and like 2 turns in or something crazy like that, we managed to destroy them. And we now are advancing towards this sort of Macedon, Dacia area, and we will go for Dacia next. And then we'll go for Macedon probably, but yeah. Yeah, he's now a rebel family member because he got kicked out of his own city. That's a bit embarrassing. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Part 2 will be very soon, along with the mercenary only challenge that is continuing, and the faction guides as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you around.